Welcome to Astakos, a little harbor town on the Ionian Sea in western Greece. Tucked inside a deep natural bay, it's a destination that remains off the beaten track, yet it has a quiet charm all of its own. Today I'll take you through its landscapes, food, history, and traditions. If you're new to this channel, my name is Elena, and my goal is to help you eat well, travel better, and learn some history along the way. We just got to Astakos. It's like this quaint little town in the middle of nowhere. Obviously not in the middle of nowhere, but it's like you have to drive very far to the end. It's a coastal town. Not many people know it. The name actually means lobster, and I still want to see and find out if the name of lobster is because of lobsters. Let's see. We're staying at Giannis Village Resort, perched on the hillside just 200 meters from the main beach. Surrounded by lush greenery, this 4-star resort blends comfort and tranquility. Elegant rooms overlook either the Ionian Sea or the verdant landscape, with luxury details that make it perfect for a relaxing holiday. From the pool, you can gaze across the blue waters towards the Echinades Islands, or enjoy peaceful evenings on your balcony. The resort features 2 open-air pools, spacious apartments with kitchens and modern furnishings, and panoramic views that invite you to slow down. With Lefkada Island and Preveza close by, Giannis Village Resort is also a great base for day trips. Here you can see the room that I stayed in. It is open plan and quite spacious, with a comfortable double bed and a lovely balcony that opens up to these stunning views. The resort is open all year round, and there's also a fireplace in the room, perfect for those cooler nights. Settled into our accommodation, we headed down to the heart of Astakos, which is its harbor. Lined with cafes and tavernas, it's also where fishing boats and sailing boats rest quietly in the calm waters. For lunch, we sat at a seaside taverna. Plates of fresh seafood and ouzo set the tone, and I indulged in linguine with crayfish, a house specialty. Greece is actually home to 3 native freshwater crayfish species. One of them is the noble crayfish called Astacus Astacus. I wonder if this has anything to do with the name of the place. What do you think? Oh, this is a lovely bite. Hey, little baby. I'm breastfeeding it. After lunch, we strolled along the harbor, soaking in the laid-back pace. We passed the town's main beach, which is located at the far end of the harbor, right across from Hotel Stratos. We then headed back for a restful evening at the hotel. A new day begins with tea on the balcony, overlooking the glittering Ionian Sea. The view from Giannis Village Resort is absolutely breathtaking. It really makes you want to stay here for a while. Good morning, guys. So it's 1st of September. I can't believe summer is almost over. It's our second day, first full day here in Astakos, and we're going on a fishing boat. So we were supposed to go to these tiny islands, but it looks like it might be a little windy and the boat can't go so far out. But let's hope, because it's really exciting to be connecting with nature and with people, and the best people to tell you the stories of the sea are actually the fishermen. So join me. Before setting off on our boat trip, we stopped at a local bakery for pies, a classic Greek breakfast. What did you get? Oh yeah, 1 second. Θέλουμε μια γαλατόπιτα. This place you see in front of me actually sells very good souvlaki. Unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to try it, but others who had confirmed it that it's really good.
That
That's
is
the one we saw yesterday.
our
right?
fishing boat, and
It
it's
says something trips Astacus.
it says fishing trips. Yes, that's it. Amber, are you excited?
I am.
I hope we can
looking
do
forward to
our.
catching a fish.
I hope we can do like our original plan and go out to the little islands. Let's hope.
Let's hope.
So we're ready to sail. Well, can't really say sail, take off, right?
No, I think they just say sail.
Okay, it's a fishing boat. So.
Remember, like a huge ship.
All right, okay, so we're ready to sail, and looks like we're gonna go close to the Echinades Islands. These are tiny uninhabited islands, and I've never heard about them actually. So I'll show you where they are on the map.
The Echinades Islands may seem peaceful today, but they were once the stage of major naval conflicts. One of the most significant was the Battle of Echinades in 322 BC, part of the Lamian War fought between a coalition of Greek city-states and the Macedonians, following the death of Alexander the Great. Centuries later, these same waters became the stage for another decisive naval conflict, the famous Battle of Lepanto in 1571. Although remembered by the name of Nafpaktos, or Lepanto as the Venetians called it, much of the fighting actually took place here, around the Echinades. This was one of the largest naval battles in history, involving over 400 ships and tens of thousands of men. On the one side stood the Holy League, a coalition of Spain, Venice, Genoa, and the Papal States, determined to halt the advance of the Ottoman Empire into the Western Mediterranean. Fishing has always been at the core of life in Astakos, both its economy and its culture. Our captain George Alevras showed us extraordinary photos of fish caught right here in these waters. To give you an idea of their size, the fisherman would lay a person next to the catch. The fish were longer than a man is tall, some weighing over 400 or even 500 kilos. How do you even bring in a giant like that? George explained, you slowly lure it with bait, sardines being their favorite. The hook is massive, the line thick, and the battle can last hours as the fish fights with unbelievable strength. It's dangerous work, especially when storms hit, and it gave me a real appreciation for the skill and courage of those who live by the sea. So now let me tell you how this town got its name. The name Astakos actually means lobster in Greek, as I've told you before. According to local lore, the town was named after King Astakos, a figure from antiquity. But there's also a more playful explanation. If you look at the outline of the harbor from above, its long, narrow bay resembles the shape of a lobster's body. Whether mythical or geographical, the name has stuck, making Astakos truly a lobster town of Greece. Nearby Echinades Islands lies Ithaki and the secluded Astacus, where you can even swim alongside wild pigs, a unique experience that can be arranged with Captain George right here from Astakos. As we were expecting stronger winds in the afternoon, we slowly made our way back to the harbor and stopped for a quick swim along the way. The water was still very warm, but refreshing. During our trip, we were also joined by Mr. Spiros Kounadis, the head of the Fishing Association, and his wife Irini. They pulled up their boat and sat with us, sharing the many challenges fishermen face today, from shifting fish populations to the rise of fish farms. Their passion for protecting this way of life and supporting the fishermen of the Astacos was inspiring, and it made our experience feel even more meaningful. Astakos is also pioneering something rare in Greece, fishing tourism. With the support of Mr. Spiros, George received a special license to take visitors on authentic fishing excursions. It's more than just a day trip, it's a cultural experience. Guests are given equipment and bait, guided to the best spots, and whatever you catch, George helps you prepare and cook right there on the boat. It doesn't get fresher, more authentic, or more immersive than this. A true taste of the fishing heritage of Astakos. I'm the captain of the seas. That's a really interesting trip, and it's really sad to hear the stories of the fishermen and what's happening with the industry. It is heartbreaking. By early Early afternoon, we returned to the harbor. We had originally planned to enjoy lunch on the boat, but with the weather shifting and winds picking up, we headed back earlier and enjoyed a meal at a seaside taverna instead. When we arrived, the Ionian Pelagos ferry was docked at the port, preparing for its regular routes to Ithaki and Kefalonia. You can easily add Astakos to your itinerary, combining it with a visit to Naupaktos, Mesolongi, and the nearby Ionian Islands for a truly diverse experience. For lunch, we savored a spread of seafood dishes, crisp salads, and fresh cod caught by none other than Captain George. Everything perfectly paired with chilled ouzo. It was the quintessential Greek taverna experience. In the late afternoon, we took a walk through Astakos. We learned that this quiet fishing village hides a surprisingly aristocratic past. Accompanied by Mr. Vasilis Zagotas, a teacher and historian, we explored streets lined with once grand homes. Vasilis isn't from Astakos. He told us how he came here from Ceres and fell in love with its remote and very peaceful mood. The town has a proud history. By 1840, Astakos had established its own town hall, and just 2 years later, in 1842, it opened its first school. Between the mid-1800s and 1930, elegant neoclassical houses were built, many of which still stand today, though often abandoned. Along the seafront, we saw one with an ornate wrought gate and a grand entrance, while two neighboring homes owned by the same family stood side by side. One even had a vast orchard in front. Around the town square, more of these stately homes appear, part of a layout designed by the same urban planner responsible for the nearby Patras, with a square at the center rather than by the waterfront. So where did wealth come from to build such fine residences, you may ask? From oak. The hills surrounding Astakos are filled with oak trees, prized not only for their strong timber, but also for the tannin-rich bark, leaves and acorns used in dye production. Prosperity also came from another source, stone. Local limestone from Astakos was used in notable buildings across Greece, including the famous Hotel Grand Britannia in Athens, one of the country's most iconic landmarks. Among the historic houses, one in particular stands out. It bears a plaque marking it as the birthplace of Pantelis Karasevdas, Olympic champion in a 200-meter rifle event at the very first modern Olympic Games in Athens in 1896. Today his bust stands proudly in the town square, honoring a local hero and reminding visitors of Astakos' remarkable legacy. Our walk then took us to Lemonofarma, a small family business right here in town. Astakos is surrounded by fertile land. You've got the oak trees we talked about earlier, but also plenty of citrus and of course olive groves. From these lemons, Kostas and his wife Chryssa came up with a simple but brilliant idea: pure lemonade. They don't add anything, no preservatives, no extras, just lemon goodness. What makes it fun is that they sell it as a concentrate, so you dilute it with water yourself. You'll even see it in some of the local cafes, and because it's shipped in this form, it's lighter on the environment too. Oh, and the best part, their logo. Naturally, it's a lobster. Couldn't be more Astakos than that. That evening, we found ourselves back at the harbor for dinner, keeping it simple with good Greek food and great company. We were joined by the mayor of Astakos, Mr. John Triadafilakis, and the deputy mayor, Mr. Lefteris Manzaris. Over the meal, they spoke with real warmth about their love for this quiet, proud town, and it was clear how much it means to them.
Good morning, guys. This is our last stop of the trip, and we are here at an olive processing factory to see how the olives are picked, cleaned, and packaged. So let's go.
Astakos Olives is a family-run facility that's all about quality and tradition. The building itself stands out, painted a beautiful olive green, but what really impressed us was the passion of the people behind it. Lazaros Kalantzis, together with his wife, daughter, and a small dedicated team, has built something remarkable here. They work closely with local growers who share the same dedication to excellence, and together they produce a wide variety of olives, green, kalamata, with or without pits, and even flavored with herbs. One of their highlights, the early harvest Kalamata olives. They're not fully colored yet, but the taste is incredible, crisp, vibrant, full of character. They also produce an olive paste, and unlike many you'll find elsewhere, this isn't made from leftover olives. Only the best, the kind you'll happily eat on their own, go into it. Mr. Lazarus and his team walked us through the entire process, showing us everything from all the stages of production, packaging to labeling.
Και εδώ. Από εδώ θα το δείτε καλύτερα.
And then there's the olive oil. They use a state-of-the-art cold press that never lets the olives get warm, preserving all the flavor, aroma, and nutrients. The result is extraordinary. What's even more inspiring is that they share this equipment with local farmers, so small producers can also have their olives pressed to the highest standards. It's not just a factory, it's a community effort, a real expression of love for the land and its traditions. And for us, it felt like a genuine journey into the heart of Astakos. There's also a small shop on site where the products are beautifully displayed and visitors are welcome to purchase them directly from the factory. My 2-day trip to Astakos has come to an end. I believe that Astakos deserves to be more than just a stopover on the way to the Ionian Islands. This quiet harbor town is authentic, welcoming, and unspoiled, perfect for those seeking the real beauty of Greece, the sea, the sun, the food, and above all, its people. If you enjoyed watching this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.